enjoy being on the ball. Oh, Philip, if I could lick your beard, I would. You complete my butthole, Philip. I need you, Philip. Oh, you complete my butthole. Oh, I love you, Philip. I need you, Philip. Oh, I love you, Philip. Dog, I need you, Philip. You complete my butthole. Oh, Philip, I wish for the day I can rub my slender, feminine hands through your greasy hair. If I could move my woman hips close to you as you're sitting down next to Jasper. Oh, I hate Cat. Cat doesn't deserve you, Philip. You have no idea what you mean.
This started about 10 years ago. I was depressed, I was an alcoholic. That was the start of my YouTube career. Today, many years later, things are a lot better, that's for sure. That is for certain. It is certain. It is certain. Raw, real hail. Got the bag, bro. Got the chips, got the plastic cups. Wheel tail jam, bro. Real hail, bro. Wheel tail jam. Former pro player, former alcoholic, right? Drinking liquor all day long. Good variety of stuff. We'll even have an incentive if someone contributes a very large contribution. I will take a shot of a special liquor that I have not revealed yet. I'm not getting drunk. Absolutely not. Real hail. Got the bag, bro. Got the chips, right? Plastic cups. Wheel tail jam, bro. Real hail.
You need Jesus. Philip, consume.
Real hail.
Day after day after day,
Bro.
if you do, to hell with you. You need help. You need Jesus.
Bro. Real hail. Got the bag, bro. Got the chips, right? Plastic cups. Wheel tail jam. Got the bag, bro. Real hail. Got the bag, bro. Got the real hail.
Let me tell you something, brother. When I hold a man's penis, I tell you what I do. I hold on to it tight, brother. Because if that penis is vodka to Philip, woo, that's how it happens. Meerkat Mall.
Who? I need my boyfriend.
Please,
Spread your legs.
dog. Suck my ass.
Please.
Please.
Dog. I'm not a good dog. I'm a good sissified boy. Effeminate man. Spread your cheek. They all soft. Dog. I need my boyfriend.
Please,
Spread your legs.
dog. Suck my ass.
Please.
Please.
Dog.
Philip came in from his office with a moist beard, and he rang out his sweat ring stained shirt. I maneuvered myself over to him and I said, Phil, let me handle the memberships for you.
Dog. I'm not a good dog. I need my boyfriend.
Please,
Spread your legs.
dog. Suck my ass.
Please.
Please. Dog.
I need my boyfriend.
Please.
Laying on your back.
Dog. Suck my ass.
Please.
Please.
Man, I want to thank everybody for the
1K. We finally made it. We did it, and it could not have happened without you guys.
Big ups, everybody. Good afternoon. Yes, it's afternoon. It's 12:01 for me, so we're going to call it afternoon. But big ups, everybody in the chat. Big ups, Assassin333. Big ups, Luna's Royal Guard. Big ups, Devilish Face. I see you. And yes, there are going to be consequences. Big ups, Nerd Brew. Big ups, Nathan Coley. Yes, I did fix the title. I did that. Some of you probably know the lore by now if you're in the Discords. I'm bad at typing. I am terrible at typing. So if there's a typing mistake, it's usually me. I cannot lay that at Lefty's feet. I'm him. Yeah, exactly, Nerd Brew. I was not gonna boot up today, but I was listening to some Memology clips. Hello, David. I was listening to some Memology clips while eating breakfast today. This one specifically caught me. And I've been hearing rumblings on Twitter and on the various Discords about all this membership bullshit, and I have a lot to say, it turns out. So we're going to start with this Memology clip. DSP just got told by YouTube that his channel is dead during the podcast and utterly gets offended. Sup, my ooses? Yes. Hello, Utterly Insane. Welcome. Yeah, I have some stuff to say on this. I watched about 2 minutes of it, and I was like, I need to stream today, saving it for the stream. So this is going to be like a relatively short stream, I think, probably under 2 hours, and then I'll drop you kids off somewhere else. Sound good? Let's go.
I find, and this is no exaggeration, probably about 80 to 90% of the time that something goes wrong for me, it's because someone else was incompetent or didn't do their job. Just being honest, with a little bit of discussion and get this out of the way. Yesterday, there was a segment on this show where I talked about the large amount of gifted memberships that I received last week here on the channel. If you remember, there were 400 gifted memberships from someone named Nikita and 100 gifted memberships from someone named Duty, all right? From what I can see, YouTube did not account for the income from those gifted memberships, okay?
What you have to do is ask yourself why. Hey, Viga, thank you for the 5 months, dude. I appreciate it.
Should have, but for some reason, here we are a week later because the first bomb actually hit on the 7th.
That's a good idea.
January.
Nerd Brew, that's a good idea. Hold on.
And there's no revenue recorded in my analytics.
I'll do that.
Like,
I'll do that for you.
So many gifted memberships that count because, by the way, you guys have them. You have all the benefits of them. You're using the benefits right now.
No. This is not the one.
Hold
on.
My metrics dashboard saying that, yes, I have these memberships.
This is the one.
But no revenue ever accounted. Okay? When he's doing this shit, he's just money, man. Like, for example, this cleaning cloth right here. Like, if I actually talked to this cleaning cloth about a problem on YouTube, I'll probably get a better response out of the cleaning cloth than actually talking to the YouTube chat rep. Because even though they're supposed to be there for anyone in the partner program, that's the point. Like, their partner support, they don't usually help at all with anything. All they do is they regurgitate form letter nonsense that you can easily find online by doing absolutely no work whatsoever, but instead just copy.
I'm going to debunk this right now through my own experience. I have had to, since this channel's gotten partnered, I have had to contact partnership customer support multiple times. Hey, thank you for re-upping your membership. Thanks for the 5 months, Mickey. We appreciate it. I have had to talk multiple times with YouTube customer service, and I've always had good outcomes. There was a time where they gave me bad advice on which type of partnership account to set up. The rep that I was on with initially said, oh, if there's going to be multiple people using the channel, set up a business account, but they didn't tell me that I would need to register a business in my state and all that junk, yada, yada, yada. But in the end, I did get back on with them, and I was able to transfer our AdSense data to a individual account, which is how we roll now. We've had issues with chapter markers as well as several other detractors. I got that squared away. Like, I've had good outcomes with YouTube customer support. I think Phil is just bad at talking to customer service. That's number one, because customer service is a privilege and he views it as a right, and it's 100% not a right. And also, he creates his own problems. If you didn't hinge your business on gifted memberships, your dents would not feel the need to bot gifted memberships onto your channel, causing a very sus red flag to raise in YouTube's metrics and probably an investigation. So this is a skill issue, Phil.
Be pasting a bunch of instructional stuff that they have on their desks or in their database.
Also, customer service is... I worked in customer service for years, and my current job role is still some customer service. Not a lot of customer service, but some. I'm on the phone with people trying to sort out issues, and you have to assume that the person you're talking to knows nothing unless they tell you otherwise. What I find is good to do when you're talking to customer service is when you get on, be nice to them, but you can tell them, here's my situation, here is what I need, I've tried this, this, and this. And then after you do that, let them go through their scripting, because they have to go through their scripting. That's part of the program. And then you can usually get your problem solved. Also, Phil loves to escalate shit. You want to know what happens when you escalate shit? Nothing. You want to know what happens when someone escalates my shit at my company? They talk to my manager, then my manager calls me and says, hey, can you do this? So, like, escalating is bullshit too. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the same person handling it. It's just going to be a manager coming to you and being like, hey, this person talked to me. And then I'm going to be like, yeah, they talked to me too. And then my manager's like, hey, can you do this? Oh, yeah, I can do it. Cool. Okay.
Experienced. Oh, yeah.
First of all, here's how gifted memberships work.
Yes, Devilish. I think you're 100% right. I think the thing is, he interrupts their protocol. He interrupts the scripting. And in some customer service settings, especially when it's done offshore overseas, like in my company, my current line of business, we use a call center team in the Philippines. I had to help train some of the call center representatives when we were bringing this new customer service model on to the company. And a big complaint I get with regards to their service is like, I can't just talk to them. I have to let them go through their scripting. That's what people tell me. And I'm like, well, that's the procedure. They're told legally to tell you this exact thing. So honestly, if Phil would just shut up and let the person talk, he could get his customer service shit done. Like when I was on with YouTube service, granted it wasn't a phone call, it was a text chat. I would just let them go through their individual scripting. They would ask me questions, I would answer their questions, and eventually we got to a solution. It's not that hard. Phil is just insufferable.
Like, I don't know. And they copy paste the entire, like, frequently asked questions about gifted memberships. Okay? And then they explain, oh, well, you see, there's all these different factors that come into gifted memberships. There's exchange.
Correct. Correct. Luna's Royal Guard, you are 100% on. When I worked in the regular customer service center years ago before I got this current job, my supervisor would literally just tell me to hang up on people if they spent too much time being a DSP about things. Like literally, she'd be like, hey, just you've been on with that guy for 40 minutes. You could have taken, 10 more calls or whatever. Just hang up on that guy. Fuck it. And I would do that.
Gifted membership, it's the same cost, so you won't get the same amount per gifted membership depending on where someone lives.
Okay, Lord Thunder, yes, welcome to the stream, buddy. TLDR on the membership scenario, as I understand it. DSP was bombed hundreds and hundreds of gifted memberships a couple of weeks ago by someone by name Nikita. The suspicion is, at least amongst some of us, that Nikita is an OIC SOC, and now Phil is complaining, hey, why aren't those YouTube memberships being credited to my metrics as ad revenue? Simple answer to that would be, it's under investigation. And he is more or less giving us breadcrumbs right here to indicate that it is under investigation. Lefty and I never have problems with our revenue. We did once, but that's when I mistakenly set up a business account for us, and we lost our like partnership privileges for a few days while I was sorting that all out. But in terms of like getting paid, we've never had issues get paid, and like we get giant member bombs on this channel all the time, and it's never an issue because we don't fucking bot. That's the difference.
The fact that if you're with a partner network, they take a cut of your revenue, so you might not have seen all the money that you were owed.
Also, MCNs don't exist. MCNs factually don't exist anymore.
It's like 10 form letter responses about it, none of which answer the question. So basically, here's what happened. I gave them very specific information about what was going on. I got 500 gifted memberships. You haven't recorded any revenue for any of them. I want to know why. And all they did was copy paste the 10
Good to see you, Lord Thunder.
of what it may be without actually doing any intelligent research into what it really is.
Because there's nothing to research. Your shit's being audited, bro. Like, there's nothing to research. If he doesn't understand that this is an audit, what's up, Ice? How are you, dude? Hope you're having a good day.
So imagine, right?
Oh,
If
nice nasal
every single
inhale.
night,
God.
someone is knocking over your trash can, all right? So you want to know who did it, what's causing the trash can getting knocked over every night, right? So you hire a private eye to monitor your trash can, right?
He wants to hire an investigator because a squirrel knocked over his trash can. Dude, this is one of the dumbest things I've heard Phil say in a long time. Do you know what you do? Do you know what any sane person does when their outdoor shit gets messed with or their trash can gets knocked over? You can get Ring cameras or Blink cameras that have night vision in them for like very cheap, for like $40, $60. You just set that shit up, and then you can see, oh, someone's knocking over my trash can, or I got squirrels in my trash can, or whatever. You don't hire a PI. That's stupid.
Okay, the next morning, the private eye says, so here's 10 things it could be. It could be a raccoon.
Oh, God, yes. What if my trash can was a sandwich shop, and we started selling chicken parm sandwiches, and the chicken parm sandwiches were very popular around the lunchtime hour. Then the dinner time hour comes around, and nobody buys the chicken parm anymore. What do we do? You guys wanted this. That's right. Big ups, Frog Machine.
The wind. It could be a malicious person walking down the street, knocking over your can who they don't like you. It could be like, wait a minute, but you're a private eye. It's your job to
That's a good catch, Jay. He is yes. The irony of that is fantastic, that he himself would say, "Oh, as if someone's knocking over your trash can, your business is that trash can." Always has been. It's like he knows.
Why don't you tell me what it is? Oh, well, it requires work. Correct. You're working. You're at a job, and your job is to work, not to just copy paste possibilities, but to actually look into the situation and tell me what caused it.
Nope. In customer service, their job is to field your complaint, answer your questions, escalate as needed. That is literally what a CSR does. I was one for 3 years, so I know.
Not to tell me what it could have been. This is infamously what YouTube does.
Oh yeah, Timothy. He admitted that his Final Fantasy playthrough was like very trashy, and then he drank too much. So not even he's doing a good job of selling you his old content.
God, we gotta get him out of office in any way or whatever. It's like, come on. You gotta be a mature fucking adult and stop being a whiny little baby about this shit. You know, it's just like a whiny baby. Doesn't get their way.
It's the guy.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't get their flavor.
Dude who has arguably never held down a real job for any substantial time of his life is telling people that they don't work hard enough. Like, that always gets me.
Of ice cream that they wanted, so instead
he has been able to, for the past 15 years, sit on his ass, play video games, and get money for it. Imagine, dude.
Of actually dealing with the fact that they still at least have ice cream, they're gonna stand there and whine and complain while the ice cream melts down the side of the fucking cup.
Yeah, YouTube is his business.
All right, that are the problem. So don't feel afraid. Oh my God, I'm gonna renew my.
I mean, and that's the thing. And like I've talked privately with other detractors about this. Content creation for full-time for your full-time job is not for everybody. It's not for most of the people that do it, quite honestly. It makes your relationship with YouTube and your audience very toxic and unhealthy. I have said to other detractors and just other people close to me in private circles that I am prepared to walk away from YouTube tomorrow, and I'd be perfectly fine. YouTube becomes toxic when you become dependent on the parasocial relationship you have with your audience to live. So not only is DSP has established a parasocial relationship with his audience, but if you think about it, he's established a parasocial relationship with YouTube in a way because he's dependent on YouTube's policies and practices to pay him every month. He's dependent on a major corporation who is under no contractual obligation to actually pay him. And then he bitches when the money doesn't come through. Where if you actually read the end user license agreement for the YouTube partner program, they are technically under no legal obligation to give you your projected ad revenue. It's advice to pay, technically speaking, from a legal perspective, but they're technically under no obligation to pay. And if he really wants his money, he should take them to court. Like, honestly.
Is it going to count? Yeah, it's counting. It's just that it looks like that one thing and that.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, Timothy, what he should worry about is he's raising a flag to YouTube right now by contacting them about it, because if he escalates it, there's going to be an investigation. But I am still of the theory that he does have someone sympathetic to him somewhere at YouTube, because, God, there have been detractors who have gotten in trouble for TOS and community shit for doing a lot less than he does on a daily basis.
That's a huge thing. 500 gifted memberships is a lot. If you do the math, I'm not even kidding, it's over $1,000. And that would help a ton this month, because all the ad revenue on YouTube...
And also, like, when he says it would help a ton with what? Like, help a ton with what? He always says, like, oh, this money's going to help me, this money's going to help me. But he can't name one. He can't name like one itemized thing. Like for me, and I'm sure Lefty, we don't make a lot of YouTube money. We don't. We don't. We may be because we split it. We make about $80 a month each. We generally get between 160 and 200 American dollars per month in YouTube revenue. So I'll put it towards the stream. Like I'll buy art assets. I bought a new audio interface, and I know like Lefty improves his shit too, all the time when he can. We're putting it back into the business, but I just called it a business. It's not a fucking business. It's something that we do for fun, and occasionally you guys throw us a few bucks here and there, which is great. We're very grateful for that, but not treating it like a business is a very kind of, excuse me, that was disgusting, a very kind of liberating thing. And the fact that Phil is so dependent on other people and other entities and other corporations for him to live his life is very pathetic. Like for me, I have a contract with my employer that says if I work 40 hours per week, that is my contract. If I adhere to the contract and I work 80 hours within a 2-week period, I will get paid a specific salary. That is the contract. They must honor it because it's a legally binding agreement. The YouTube partner program is not a legally binding agreement. It's guidelines. And Phil doesn't understand that because he's never read the contract. I actually read the contract when I applied for partnership for this channel. And that's exactly what it says.
On January, so all that extra ad revenue I was getting in the fall is gone now, and that would help.
No, Lefty does not buy Halo skins. He does not.
And there's nothing I can really do.
He's very like
right?
him and I are both very like anti-Halo cosmetics. Actually,
channel,
I think Halo cosmetics are dumb.
On this, I hope I would. Now, yesterday during my Resident Evil 0 stream, when they hit me with the form letter response, like literally, it was 10 facts with 0 specific information, just general.
I don't know the
information
exact number.
Really
Utterly.
I responded back to the email and I said, this is not what I want. This is not help. You are basically giving me form letter stuff that doesn't apply to me. Your information is incorrect.
All right, we're going over to Ape Escape soundtrack.
If you don't pay me for those gifted memberships, or if you don't give me a reason
'Cause
why
I
you're
like
not
Ape
paying
Escape.
me, you are actually violating the partner agreement, which is a violation of a contract in the state of California, and you're liable for it. So I want an answer. And of course, here we are, 20 hours, 22 hours, zero response. Because again, this is how YouTube operates.
Correct, Taco-chan. Big ups. They would not be obligated to follow California employment compliance law. They would be obligated to follow the state of Washington employment compliance law. So, if he wants to, and it would look real stupid, but if he wants to, what he should be doing is he should be filing something with the Washington Department of Labor. I would actually love for him to file something with the state of Washington Department of Labor and see what they say. What's he gonna say? Oh, I got a bunch of botted memberships and Google AdSense didn't give me my money? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Operates, they probably won't respond, and then all of a sudden, I'll get the revenue, it'll show, or I will get a message about, oh, just so you know, those were fraudulent and therefore you're not getting it. Like, that's how YouTube operates. They'll ignore you, won't acknowledge anything, and then there's a resolution. I just got are you shitting me? I'm not even kidding you. I got an answer, and the answer is, of course, terrible. Hold on, because I'm about to sneeze. I'm not kidding you.
You can see in his face, he thinks him getting like a non-answer from the entity that pays him is a W. I'm glad I saved this for the stream.
In fact, you know what? I choose not to believe.
Yeah, exactly. He misunderstands how employment law works. You are bound by your own state's Department of Labor. And I doubt that's the case for YouTube AdSense because you're not an employee. Like, it's not employment. It's a financial agreement. And it's a flimsy one at best because there's a clause in the contract that literally says YouTube will pay you at their discretion. So he's fucked either way.
I don't believe you. Like Ron Burgundy says, I don't.
Correct, Decepticon. Big ups, dude.
Believe you. Okay, listen to this.
Hope you're having a good day off too.
If you like this answer, I don't think I like the answer, but at least it's an answer. I can't believe live as I'm telling you the story, we got our answer from YouTube, and it's actually a legit answer.
We got our answer. All right,
okay.
Let's hear it.
Are you ready? So basically, in a nutshell, because I just read it, here's what YouTube says how it works with gifted memberships. Okay.
Nice snort.
Let's say, for example, right now. I don't know, Gabriel, you're on the stream, right? There you are. Let's say you dropped a 10-member bomb on this channel right now, okay? So, boom, immediately in the chat you would see...
Yes, utterly insane. The YouTube metrics are pretty close. Like, the YouTube financial metrics, I'm not going to pull up ours because that's our business. But in my experience... So Lefty and I are co-owners of the account, right? That's how we do it. I'm the primary owner of the account, so I have all the AdSense stuff. I have all the reports and all the metrics. The metrics are accurate, and they're pretty up to date unless there's an investigation or an audit. He's likely being audited. And in Phil's words, no line-level employee is going to tell him that he's being audited. Like... I have a job where people get investigated I work in claims, right? Insurance claims. And I have a job where if someone is being sus, we can refer them to special investigations, and special investigations unit actually investigates them, but we're not supposed to tell them. The special investigations unit will reach out to the person being investigated precisely when they need to know. That's maybe what's happening here, but either way, Phil is paranoid because they're going to either say, A, we're investigating you, and he's going to say, bullshit, whatever. Or they're going to say, we're not investigating you, and he's going to say, no, that's a lie, you are investigating me. So either way, he's created a scenario in which they cannot give him a satisfactory answer because he's Phil.
10 members have been gifted out, and it goes to these 10 people, and I would shout it out, right? Now, if those people...
You're not going to tell the person who's being audited or investigated or looked into that they're being looked into, or else their behavior will change, and that'll break the entire case.
Are actively on the stream, okay? What you do, I don't know how this works. Do you claim it?
A lose-lose scenario. Yes, I was having trouble with my words. Thank you, Thank you, Luna's Royal Guard.
Like, oh,
I always say the chat is smarter than me, and in some cases that's true.
Is that what it actually says? Can you guys?
I hope my mic is better today. I listened back to my last stream and my compression was way too loud. I'm still getting used to this new audio interface. It sounds good, but God, the compression is touchy.
Got one. If you opt in, it's considered automatic. Here's what YouTube just told me, okay? Basically what YouTube just told me is that
what Phil should ask is, why can't those memberships be claimed? That's the question. Because they're telling him the memberships have not been claimed yet. Because they've been assigned to bots, right? Like, that's kind of my theory. They've been assigned to bots, and if those bots no longer exist, then the memberships can't be claimed. Phil is quiet. Okay. I can make Phil louder. Hold on. Oh, you know what I'll do? You know what has worked in the past? I'll boost him, and then I'll turn him down on YouTube.
So many memberships were gifted to the channel.
He'll be a little bit more compressed this way. A little easier to hear.
But they won't count towards the channel until the person actively gets them. Now, I don't know what that means. They're calling.
Oh yeah, guy with two names. That's a very good observation. If they're dead accounts, that might be the case because YouTube now cares about dead accounts. Yeah, Decepticon is going along the same lines. It's possible that the YouTube metrics looked at engagement, and the highest levels of engagement, besides the people that didn't already get gifted memberships if they're eligible, are dead accounts. That's actually that's actually more plausible and more likely than him being investigated. It could just be like, yo, all of the OIC socks that have the engagement on your streams are inactive. Sorry, Phil.
Claimed. That's what it says here, okay? So it says, it shows that some of your gifted memberships from the previous days are claimed during later dates. That's what he just wrote me in the email.
Okay, which actually lines up with what Decepticon and Guy with Two Names are saying. If the accounts are inactive and then they're logged into later, then that would technically be a redemption of the membership.
All right, so what YouTube is claiming, doesn't mean this is true, because YouTube talks out of their ass all the time, all right? What YouTube is claiming is that on the days that the 200 member bomb came in, people weren't around to claim them all. The 200 people who got them weren't there. The day when they actually claim the membership, I'll get revenue for it. Please explain. Please explain, because you're making me nervous. So for example,
yeah, Ice, that's a good point too. It's very nebulous as to who can get them in Phil's case, because it's hard to know who's a sock, who's a LARPer. Some of his dents that engage a lot in his chats have brand accounts, which are automatically ineligible for memberships. So there's that wrinkle. But the moral of the story, kids, is that Phil hinges like his entire YouTube presence on YouTube memberships, offering them nothing. Hey, Phil, here's an idea of how to keep consistent memberships. How about every once in a while, even once a month, offer a special member thing to your members, right? Like Lefty and I don't offer a whole ton. We're working on it. But we like to at least once a month throw, something to the members. It just makes sense. But he's literally asking for money for nothing.
Again, if Gabriel gifted 10 memberships to the channel, and the 10 people who get those gifted memberships are sitting in the chat talking, that's considered claiming it instantly, and I get revenue for it right now. But in the case of gifting
But Phil, if you're gifted 500 memberships and you have 300 active viewers in chat, that's where the rub comes in, dude. How does he not get that?
200 memberships. Okay? And I'm assuming all 200 people were not on the stream to claim them. Those people actively have to, I guess, log in or join a chat or do something to claim them, and then I get paid for it.
The reason why it's set up this way is to prevent manipulation of the system. And yes, Scarface, he is doing that forbidden math again. That's right. But YouTube does this. YouTube likes to verify that accounts are active before putting the membership through to prevent botting and other ways of manipulating the system. YouTube does their best to limit the user's ability to manipulate their own metrics. I would argue that this is Phil's fault when he told people to click on the ads back in 2010 in his face reveal video.
That's what YouTube is telling me. So what YouTube is saying is, if you look at some future dates of your revenue, you'll notice that 1 or 2 days you've got a boosted revenue, and that's because some of the more memberships got claimed. So essentially, they're saying you should get credit for all the gifted memberships, but it's going to take a while, especially if with those 500 people, those aren't people who watch your content all the time. They have to actually actively show up and log in and everything.
Yeah, please click on the gifted memberships.
That's what YouTube is telling me right now. Okay? And yes, for Helgen, to answer your question,
lean in, snort.
That does mean you can get a gifted membership without being on the stream for sure. There could be someone who's like hasn't been on.
Yeah, so here 1738. Here's what I think, and like I'm a YouTube AdSense baby. Taking L's was monetized in July, and my Logan K channel just got monetized last month. So I don't know nearly enough about this, but I have tried to do some research. I think because someone gifted memberships and Google got money for those memberships will be honored. That's why I think they'll show up in his number of memberships, but not necessarily in his financial metrics, because in order for YouTube to consider that money taken, basically, that money spoken for, the membership has to be redeemed. That's how their system works. Like, I've tried super chatting certain creators, and I've had super chats fuck up and not go through because YouTube mobile app is flaky about super chats sometimes, and I've had my shit refunded because YouTube has a way of verifying whether or not a super chat or a membership gift or something doesn't go through. They have a way on their back end to verify that. And I'm thinking that a good chunk of those memberships have not been verified. That's why it would show in Phil's metrics, because technically someone did complete a transaction and gave Google that money, but those memberships have not been distributed. That's what I think.
For a while and gets a gifted membership, and if they don't acclaim it, then I don't get credit for it. That's what YouTube is saying. So
I don't think it's new. There have been time he's run into this issue before where he has said, you know, show up to the streams so that there's people waiting in the wings to redeem the gifted memberships, basically. I don't think this is new, but I think because Phil's YouTube presence is fueled by gifted memberships and so many people that regularly chat and engage with his channel excuse me, already have the gifted memberships. He's in a spot where there's not enough accounts for the memberships to be distributed to. So I think he's hitting a wall of there's just not enough people that regularly engage with him to the extent that memberships would be gifted.
It makes sense. It's where you have over 500 viewers. True. It's probably not enough active viewers to claim that amount of memberships. You're probably right. So basically what YouTube is saying is,
yes, it has to be active within a certain amount of time, and it has to be subscribed, because even if you just go to a random chat, you can't gift a membership unless you're subscribed. And a lot of times, in most cases, and I think maybe in all cases, YouTube is making it so you can't gift a membership unless you're already a member of the channel, which I think is a good safety. And also, currency used in purchases make the metrics kind of iffy in terms of what his income is going to be. So it's possible that maybe some of the gifted memberships are like locked in some kind of currency exchange limbo that's being verified. I don't know. It's hard to know.
Of 200.
Big ups midlife
right?
crisis. Haven't seen you in a while.
But maybe half those people didn't log into their accounts or haven't been on my channel, so they don't get them. So if they don't get them, I don't get paid for it. Show me the money.
Okay.
So this is our
that makes sense, Decepticon, and you would know because you've You've been doing this. Well, you've been doing this longer than I have. So I would trust that maybe his revenue is accurate, but they're going with a more conservative estimate. That would make sense.
Do you like the answer? I don't know if I like the answer. I think that at least I have an answer. I'm glad that I got an answer. I don't think I like the answer.
That's
though.
interesting.
Like, someone
Frog
paid
machine.
for those memberships.
I know in order to gift
those
gifted
memberships
memberships, you need to be subscribed and a
I don't care
member.
if anyone ever logs into their account to claim it. I should get credit for it, right? From what I'm going to understand, and I think the only person that could really answer.
Okay,
this,
yeah, that makes sense. And the Argentinian currency would not be as strong as the dollar, so that would have to be converted.
It would be only iced coffee, because when gifted memberships began, I think it was like 2.5 years ago, or 1.5 years ago. Only iced coffee was the first person to buy them.
Radman, welcome to Phil's fucking world, dude. He spends his tips before he gets them, practically. So yes, that's absolutely the case with him.
Happened when he I guess, well, at this point they bought them. Sorry, because I believe they're transitioning, and I think at that point only iced coffee was he, but now it's she. So now I have no idea what to say. And now I probably look like a jackass no matter.
So actually, not all gifted memberships are of equal strength. See, I didn't know that. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. And thank you for the wow, 0.0012 USD. Holy shit. So basically, people are incentivized to gift memberships in a lower valued currency because you can technically. So if DSP wants his membership numbers to go up, he's incentivizing people to gift them in a lower value currency according to, whatever financial model there is. But the number's going up, but he doesn't get paid as much. Yeah, let's go. Fuck it. I would say if you're a dent and you want to tip him in the lowest value currency possible. Member bomb him in the lowest value currency possible, so he can be like, oh, we're getting 1,000 memberships, and he'll see like $30 for it. That's what I want. If you're gonna pay him, do it that way.
Or what I say, so I'm just gonna say they, okay? Oh, so if Only Iced Coffee was the first person to buy gifted memberships, you know what happened? They got refunded. Now, I don't know if they all got refunded, if some got refunded, because what happened was people had to sign up for the memberships first to say, oh, I approve them, I'll accept them, and no one had, because it had...
You don't have to opt into memberships on a channel-by-channel basis if you do it in your account profile. You can just opt into that shit. You don't have to do it on a channel-by-channel basis.
Just launched.
Not how it works.
So, they got refunded, but did they get refunded for all? Did some get refunded? How did it work? Because I'm sorry, but I'll be honest with you. I'll be pretty upset.
Oh, okay.
People are supporting my channel, buying gifted memberships, and YouTube.
Thank you, Decepticon. You're so smart.
If they don't get assigned,
you're so smart.
Right? That doesn't make sense to me at all. It's like, I don't care if anyone ever uses the membership. The whole point of gifted memberships is to help the streamer, right?
No. Wait. Did he just say that? No.
Assigned, right? That doesn't make sense to me at all. It's like, I don't care if anyone ever uses the membership. The whole point of gifted memberships is to help the streamer, right?
No, the whole point of gifted memberships is to like have fun. Like gifted memberships are supposed to be fun. Like maybe you want to be generous. Like honestly, a gifted membership benefits a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Like a gifted membership can be a fun way of someone who's feeling generous to let people see members only content for a while. Like it's not just for the money to flow to you, because technically like you're supposed to offer something to the members. Like you should have some members only content on your channel. Like Lefty and I do some members only streams and we have fun with it. But the whole point of gifted memberships is to help this. This has got to be on the borderline of TOS. This has got to be close, right? He's giving up the game right here. Oh, big ups to Decepticon. Thank you for the 5 months, buddy.
Thank you for the membership.
Appreciate it.
Right? That's the point. You're trying to help the community, help the streamer. Even if you buy 100 gifted memberships and only 70 get assigned, the other 30, what happens to them? Just fucking give them out anyway. You know what I mean? Even if
Patreon is even more egregious because Patreon specifically says you're not supposed to use it as a payment processing service. But he literally uses Patreon as a payment processing service and he gives them nothing. When's the last time he's actually done fucking Ask the King? The only person he gives anything in Patreon is Slayer. That's the only person he ever does anything. $1. Give me $1, dude. Yeah. If everybody in the stream tipped $1.
Person never uses it, it should still count. I don't like that.
That is so fucking asinine. How he says the whole point of gifted memberships is to help the streamer. No. The point of gifted memberships is to incentivize engagement. That's the point. It's to incentivize the streamer to add value to their gifted content, and B, it's to incentivize people who may not otherwise engage with membership content to engage with that content. Hey, thank you for the $1, guy with 2 names. No super chat attached, no sticker or emoji, but I'll take it. Thanks, guy with 2 names.
Right? I think that's nonsense, but again, I don't run YouTube.
Thank you for your contribution.
The people in charge over there do whatever they want.
I would expect you to troll through TTS,
for people who use the
but
site.
our TTS is pretty clean. It's hard to troll through our TTS.
The way they run that site is based on a behind-the-scenes weird coding mentality. They don't actually do, like, they have book smarts and no street smarts, right? They understand the code, they understand the technicality, they don't understand the day-to-day use of the site.
Thank you for the 99 cents, Decepticon.
You actually use the site every day, so that doesn't make sense. You're changing something on the site.
Every time I see this vomit emoji, I think of Caitlin Olsen as D. Reynolds making vomit noises.
You know?
Her vomit noises are so fucking funny. All right, so that's video number 1 of them. Oh man, I spent almost 45 minutes on that video. Okay. And this is a Hate Army video. I saw the title of this Hate Army video, and I was like, we're watching this shit. All right, let's go. Apparently, he's gonna break Pajit's kneecaps.
But no, I would say don't charge back because you can't. It's not possible.
Thank you, guy with 2 names.
The Hate Army troll.
It's the Hate Army, bro.
Hate Army.
Shout out to Hate.
Good vibes to the
Shout out to Hate. Shout out to Hate.
Hate Army, bro.
Shout out to Hate.
Shout out for Hate.
Let us split the part here. I want to say thanks, you guys. You're a
I'm gonna
great
take
audience
the
hanging
music
out
down
with me today so far, and 2 more hours. A Resident Evil 0 remastered coming up next. Thank God we didn't soft lock, but we may still. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna boost him again.
Okay. So first of all, I should get 672 on the leaderboard here.
Compress him just a bit.
Because he did do a super chat.
Hey, Lefty. What's up, dude?
All right, so let's get 672 up there. Guys, thank you so much for your support. My goals for today are to hit 1,110 members.
1,110? Is he fucking nuts?
But it's 11 more or 12 more. So please consider becoming a member or gifting a membership.
So this guy is unsure if he's gonna get. He's saying how he's unsure if he's gonna get the current member bombs he's already gotten. He's already counting, and now he's asking for more. Come on, dude. He's asking for more money when he's been complaining for 2 days that he's not gonna get all of his membership money. This dude is further off of his fucking rocker than usual. This guy.
Well, thank you for the super chat.
Oh my
but
god.
No, I would say don't charge back because you can't. It's not possible.
Thank you, Decepticon.
Today, if you'd like to help the channel. Also, we hit the tier 1 tips goal. Thank you for that. It sure would be great if we hit the tier 2. Then you guys can vote on a hat for me to wear.
Dude, he is giving Lefty. He is giving off huge vibes of a dude who is like in debt with his bookie and fucking needs those memberships, or some dudes from Yonkers are gonna come and break his knees. That's how he's been talking. And I factually know some knee breakers from fucking Yonkers. You do not want to get in debt with them. You do not.
That'd be in the running for today. Probably the beret for Resident Evil, but a few other silly ones too, right? So please consider tipping. All right.
Oh yeah. Yes, 100%,
By the way,
Timothy.
Remember, today before I did the podcast, I talked to YouTube chat support about the whole issue with the memberships and how basically I haven't really gotten any reports of revenue from those yet.
I'm just gonna let Decepticon and Lefty do their thing. It's whatever happens between them is them. I find Decepticon's content very meaningful. More meaningful than this. What are you even doing besides giving us a tour of your hairline?
Yeah, I don't see anything.
He looks 83 right here. Just the way his gel fat is flopping. This crag in his hairline, the wrinkly forehead, the gunner glasses, this kind of gray shirt that he's wearing. This is Grandpa Phillip vibes right here, and I love it. And the background music is always so good. The fucking this and the only thing that comes close is the Earthbound music when he lost his stream elements, the Earthbound loop that played over and over and over again for like 25 minutes. This is close to that, but this is not quite that, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I'm looking.
God, he looks so old. I would think that this is face morph, but it's not.
Nope, nothing yet. I'll keep checking. Who knows how long it'll take YouTube to get back to me on it.
Also, no one cares. Like, no one cares. Like, when you have it behind... Like, Lefty and I have had behind-the-scenes issues with YouTube that, like, I've sorted out, and we've only mentioned the things that we've needed to mention. Like, y'all lost your hammers for a couple of days one time. Because of a mix-up on the YouTube side. All I told everybody in the community post was, hey, your hammers are going to come back. I'm working with YouTube. That's it. But I'm not like nervously tweaking, looking at my phone like, oh, I hope we get our AdSense restored. Oh, it's just bad. It's a bad look. Oh, yeah. The PS4 menu music.
Look at our memberships. Right now we're at almost 1,100. We were up to 1,170 the other day. We had 500 gifted memberships over the last week. There were 400 gifted memberships from someone named Nikita.
Don't freak out about the hammers. Fucking hammers!
But in my YouTube dashboard...
Shut the fuck up about the goddamn hammers.
And I have no clue why that would not be recorded as revenue. It doesn't make sense. It should count as revenue. So why am I getting nothing from those? Right? It doesn't make sense at all. So this
also, I've said this before, I'll say it again. He would not be tweaking this hard if there was not at least some truth to the notion that the member bombs were planned and it is somehow fraudulent. I will stick to that. People can debate me, people can fight me, but I don't think he would stress this hard if there wasn't some degree of fuckery going on behind the scenes with this guy right now.
It's been almost a week, by the way. It was the 7th, so 6 days ago was when I got that first member bomb of 200 members. Yet it still doesn't show any revenue for it. So basically, I contacted YouTube this morning.
Unless, too, that person, and this is something that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about. Granted, I've only watched like a few takes on this. You can technically go into the Google Play Store and you can ask for a refund. It's quite possible that this Nikita person who gifted these member bombs asked for a refund, and it's possible that YouTube may still be honoring the memberships. That's possible, which would mean that YouTube honors the memberships because they're gifted memberships, but Phil doesn't get revenue. That would also make some sense to me. But that's an edge case, and I don't fucking know.
Screenshots, and I said, "Can you tell me what's going on? Is this legit or not? Is it fake?"
Oh yeah, Frog Machine. Remember that? That was only like 6 weeks ago, wasn't it? Where he was like, "All I need is $50. All I need is $50, and I'm fine." And then meanwhile, he gets $100 on a night stream, and then the next day he's begging, and then someone says, "But Phil, what happened to the extra money you got on yesterday's stream?" And he's like, "No, dude, I need $50 today. I got $100 yesterday." Oh, man. 2023 was quite a year. And 2024 is shaping up to be a banger.
For confirmation purposes, like, I need to know. Because right now, people think I'm doing really good this month. Take a look, right? Look at those members. You think, oh wow, Phil's doing great this month, and I know what's happening.
That's also factually not true, by the way. Midlife crisis. January has a lot of ads. Between January 1st and Valentine's Day is a hot ad block. And then you also have the Super Bowl mixed in there. So this is still, it's not the heaviest ad time if you think of the like calendar months or whatever, but it's pretty good. Like, he's acting like YouTube is not selling ads in January, and that's not true.
Are coming by, and people who might normally give some memberships are like, Phil's doing fine. He doesn't need them right now. But I might not get any.
Yeah, yesterday's money doesn't exist.
500 memberships that it's showing.
It especially
right now.
doesn't exist when
So
him
I
and
need to figure
Kat
out
go
what the
out
hell's
for
going
a
on, why
$200
they're
sushi
holding,
lunch.
You know, so hopefully I do. All right, real quick, I'm gonna blow my nose, and then we're gonna continue.
Yeah, debunked, because I'm a damn dirty detractor. Midlife crisis. That's me.
My left nostril is all congested. It's annoying.
The left nostril.
Orange, I agree
Oh,
with
the left nostril. Big ups Lefty. I call out to Lefty.
He says YouTube should totally work hand in hand with me because I get so many new kinds of trolling. Like, maybe they could even stop certain kinds of trolling and stuff. I agree with you.
Wait, what? Whoa, hold on.
Orange, I agree with you. He says YouTube should totally. Oh, Orange, I agree with you. He says YouTube should totally work hand in hand with me because I get so many new kinds of trolling. Like, maybe they could even stop certain kinds of trolling and stuff. I agree with you. There, you know, over the years I've tried.
That is this is such an obvious LARPer dick suck, and he just goes right for it. He always takes the bait. Oh, Phil, YouTube should use you as an example of how to combat trolling. If they could stop your trolls, they could stop anybody's trolls. Come on, dude.
To work with them, and half the time they just don't listen to me or don't understand what I'm saying.
This is what happens when you're so petty that like all you need for someone to do is agree with you, and then like to take shitty bait like this. This is what happens. You become Phil. If all it takes is like, you know, OIC to bat his eyes at Phil and just agree with him. Like, God, what life do you live, man?
I'll be like, look, I have this new evidence of something someone's doing to troll, and there's no way to fix it on my end. Can you look into it? And I'll just.
Okay, so who's trolling though? In a scenario where you were gifted hundreds of gifted memberships and you are not getting the money you feel you are owed, how is that trolling? He has not connected the dots and explained why that is trolling. Who is trolling you, DSP? Who's doing that? How is this trolling? This fucking guy.
Explain the whole situation to them, and they'll have no clue what I'm talking about. Like, I'm talking to the.
So he assumes troll. Oh, also, by the way, remember remember the Comcast thing. He said, quote, someone is messing with me, right? He insisted that it was some troll at Comcast. Then what happened after that thing was resolved? Nothing. No further legal action from Comcast. Nothing. That's why the more time that goes by and he doesn't mention Comcast, I'm thinking tinfoil hats on, boys and girls. I'm thinking that entire Comcast thing was a fucking op, and it never happened. I think it was orchestrated by some fucking dent or LARPer or whatever. I don't think the Comcast thing ever really happened. I mean, it happened, but I think someone behind the scenes orchestrated it. Because if I were his ass, if I were him, seriously, and I could prove that my business was disrupted in such a fashion, you're goddamn right, I would take Comcast to court. And nothing. Absolutely. He talked big on the day where he made that video directly to Comcast, and then after that day, absolutely nothing. Even though, according to him, he had provable, hard evidence that someone was fucking with him.
Wall. They're like, hey? Because remember, when you talk to their customer service, you're literally talking to someone sitting at a chat room and a computer with a checklist of basic stuff, and that's it. They don't have any.
Maybe someone like Otterly or Prophet, if he's here, can speak more to this. The more time that goes by, so Otterly, I was on board with the Trojan mini PC theory, but the more time that goes by, I'm thinking all of the shit that he showed in terms of his gateway settings was fake. Because if you think about it, supposedly his MAC addresses were out there because of because of him showing his gateway browser page on stream. Nothing has happened to any of his devices. None of them are blacklisted from any of the major gaming services. None of them are blacklisted from his own network. It's just you'd expect more to happen. Yeah, Otterly, that's what I'm saying. I think him showing his gateway settings was all ginned up, all fake, because you know that it wouldn't take that much for someone with those MAC addresses to get his shit blacklisted from Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, or whoever else he had to. I know you and Prophet went on a video together a day after that, and you and Prophet were like, yeah, he needs to buy all new shit now. If what he's doing is true, he needs to buy all new shit. And nothing has happened to any of his devices. So the Comcast story was fake. I'm even willing to say that he's lying about this. He's probably lying about this. He's probably lying about all of this shit right here. This could just be an elaborate lie. And I know Guy with Two Names, big ups, disagrees with me a lot when I say this, but I am of the notion that Phil is lying 100% of the time, unless proven otherwise.
Knowledge of actually how YouTube works, they just pass it off to a team who researches what you're requesting. So talking with them, they don't even know if they're understanding what you're telling them, you know?
No, you're not being called out, Guy with Two Names. I like when people disagree with me. I think it's fun. I think it's like I think it's good discourse when people I don't want to chat full of dick riders, all right? That's not why we're here. I want people to call me out. I want people to disagree with me. All the time.
When I talk to the rep, they're like, okay, so thanks for telling us that. Can you show us evidence? And that's when I had the screenshot. Here's the total number of members I have and the days when I got them. But then here's my revenue showing I got no revenue for those memberships. I had to screenshot that and send it. Why? Because they're just going to forward that off to another team. They don't know how to handle it. They don't know shit. They'd have you dealing with someone who's like a line level person.
Palm Primus, what if I said I was a Rydrake sympathizer? Rydrake has been on multiple of my streams. So Rydrake is good people around here, all right? Leave him alone. He doesn't smell stinky at all. Rydrake's good people.
Thank you, 672, for the super chat. He says, Cajun, spicy fried chicken because I'm black. Well, that's incredibly racist. I mean, even if you are black, that's still kind of racist, is it not?
Oh, the mods are here.
Is it not? I think it is.
The mods are here, man.
I do believe that is racist. So, anyway. Okay.
Oh, God.
Their Google, do they actually care?
That scale position edit was so good. I gotta see that again. You owe me easy money.
I do believe that is racist. So, anyway. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff.
Their Google, do they actually care? Well, technically, you know, they owe me. If they're saying I have 1,100 members.
No, they don't. They don't owe you anything. They do. They literally do not owe you anything. It's an agreement. It's an agreement for YouTube to pay you. Not even YouTube. It's an agreement for Google AdSense to pay you. But the contract says they can withhold or delay payment for any reason. Read the fucking contract, man.
And they're showing I have 1,100 members on the channel, and 1,100 of you have the benefits of a member.
Only a scammer would need to cope this hard. I want you all to remember that. Only a scammer.
Membership. They technically owe me the money. You know what I'm saying? Unless they can prove that there was some kind of a malicious intent, like there was a chargeback or something. And if that's the case, they have to tell me that. They can't just say, oh, fuck it, we're going to give you a forward.
No, they don't have to tell you anything. Dude, I've had accounts terminated from various platforms, and they don't have to tell you shit. A lot of times you get a message that just says, your account's been terminated because of breach of RTOS. If you have questions, submit legal inquiries to, you know, this address or this phone number. They don't have to tell you shit, man. He is so entitled that he thinks these companies owe you an explanation. They owe you nothing. They owe you nothing. You should be grateful you're still on the platform, man.
facing number that
he acts like YouTube AdSense has some kind of HR department. They don't. Like, for me, if I were to work for 2 weeks and then my payment of my salary didn't come through to my bank account as expected, then I could go to my employer's HR department and make a complaint because they have a contractual agreement to me to pay me for services rendered. That's not how YouTube works.
everyone can see you have this many members. Oh, by the way, you don't get paid. Like, that's bullshit. You can't do that. So,
he just says that's bullshit. You can't do that, and he doesn't say why, other than to like kind of get sad eyes about it.
oh, hopefully they figure it out. All right, Doctor. Well, he says, have a good rest of the stream. I'll be here sleeping and eating. Sounds good. All right, you guys ready to continue? Here we go.
Oh, there's more.
This guy sent me crazy stuff. It's a ton of shit he just sent me. This is the YouTube guy emailed me. But again, what he's saying isn't true.
Yes, crowd-funded individual. Yes.
What he's saying is not correct per anything.
Per what?
Let me take a look here.
Per what? What's not correct? Have you read the contract? Have you read the agreement? Because I have. I've read the agreement. And it literally says they can withhold or delay AdSense payments for any reason. Yeah, per Phil's delusion.
So,
yeah. Hello?
yeah, it's wrong. Everything he's saying is wrong. I love it. It's hilarious.
Explain. Are you going to explain? Because I'm ready to debunk you
This is
live.
why contacting YouTube support is a waste of time, because these people don't understand anything.
Lean in manual YouTube support. Also, by the way, if there's a detractor who works at YouTube customer support listening to this, just ban his ass. Just get rid of Phil. He doesn't deserve a platform that's as good as YouTube. Honestly, just get rid of his ass. No, utterly insane. The answer is no. Hello, Phil. Hello.
So,
This is a gaming stream. Hello?
yeah, it doesn't make, I knew it. He's wrong. He's absolutely wrong. Yep. What he's saying is completely false.
Explain. If you're such a big brain, explain, Phil. Also, it doesn't matter, like, what Phil doesn't understand is, like, it doesn't matter if Phil thinks some guy at YouTube is wrong. They still have the ultimate decision, meaning YouTube, or in this case, Google AdSense. Google AdSense still has the ultimate decision whether or not he gets his projected ad revenue. So telling them they're wrong is not going to change an outcome. Or rather, telling his chat of dents, his island of misfit toys, oh, YouTube is wrong. That's not going to change an outcome. So do something about it, dude. Get a lawyer. Hello?
Yep. So just to give you some perspective here, all right? YouTube is claiming that all the gifted memberships went through for the month, okay? That's what they're saying, okay? And they're claiming that with all those gifted memberships going through, that, oh, well, you see, different memberships can be different amounts and blah, blah, blah.
That is 100% right. Guy with two names and Decepticon. That's exactly what you guys said. Is that different memberships are worth different amounts depending on the currency used to gift them. That is 100% correct.
I'm staring at my analytics right now. On one day, I was gifted 200 memberships, okay? And YouTube is claiming on that day, I only made $79 from the
Yes, because they were Argentinian currency, dude. They were Argentinian currency. My guy. Come on, dude.
Memberships. How does that make sense? A membership costs you guys $4.
No. They're different in different regions and different countries, dude. They're not all the same because there are certain laws and agreements within those countries. Imagine what $4 American dollars would cost in certain countries. Dude, you can live for like a month in certain parts of China on $10, okay? Imagine, dude. $5 is like an insane amount of money depending on what part of the world you're in.
And I'm supposed to keep 70% of the revenue of a membership. So that's between $2.50 to $3. So if you just do the simple math, I should have made $400 or more on the memberships that day. It says I made $79.
No, dude. So Argentinian currency was used to procure those memberships. So whatever the amount in Argentinian currency for those hundreds of memberships were given to Google, Google is not going to pay you more than what they were paid for the memberships. You fucking dunce. They're not going to pay you more than was given to them for the gifts. What doesn't he understand? He's supposed to be a finance guy. He's a finance guy, right? Come on, dude.
Okay? The next day, when I got the other 200 gifted memberships, okay, it's saying I made around $200, meaning I only made $1 on each gifted membership. How does that make sense? How on one day was I gifted?
How does he not He has been doing this for so long. How does he not understand how this works? Not all money is equal. That's why we have it. That's why we have an international and global monetary exchange system. Not all money is equal, dude. That's why when I took a trip to Bermuda, I got fucked on the exchange rate. Because when I went to Bermuda, the exchange rate was like $3 American for $1 Bermuda dollar. Money isn't all equal. It has to do with speculative value and inflation, dude. Come on, Mr. Finance.
200 memberships and I made $79. And the next day I was gifted 200.
Oh, Lefty. See, Lefty's got the big brain. This is why we started a channel together. You're smart. The real problem is the money's already gone. The money is already gone. You're absolutely right, Lefty. That's why he's tweaking so much.
Membership. That doesn't even make sense.
Is because he was banking on like between $600 and $1,200 of memberships, and he only got $79. So he's like, $1,120 in the red, basically. Holy shit. Lefty has the correct assessment of this entire situation. I was spurging and overthinking this entire thing, but yes, he's like $1,120 in the red because of like his stupid, misinformed ass.
At all, in any way, shape, or form. That makes no fucking sense. So the data they're giving me is wrong. So now I got to respond to this guy and tell him you don't know what you're talking about, because that doesn't even make logical sense what you're saying. Also, dude, if you actually tell a customer service person they don't know what they're talking about, they're just gonna disconnect you. Like, fuck that. I don't have time. I did that so many times when I worked in phone customer service. I would literally just be like, I'm sorry, I don't have time for you. Click. He's such a baby. At all. It makes zero sense what you're saying. And then, just to give you some perspective, remember the day that I had the 100 gifted memberships? Supposedly those did count. He is setting up the next Begathon hard. Money that day, but I think that what's looking at the calendar here. What's the next possible Begathon? February? Valentine's Day. You guys think Valentine's Day is going to be a hell of a Begathon? Maybe. That revenue that they're listing here is not membership revenue. I think that's... Oh, you know what? I got
taxes, Super Bowl. You know what? The next confirmed one, trans, right? The next confirmed one is the Super Bowl.
Revenue for that day.
He literally doesn't understand like basic currency exchange. Like currency exchanging is like something that you teach children. Like even as a child, I had an understanding that like the American dollar was worth X number of times the Mexican peso. Like I remember learning about that in like 3rd or 4th grade. Like this is basic shit, Mr. Valedictorian, Mr. Finance degree. I don't know. Okay, does anybody know the lore keepers? I know Tran and Guy with Two Names are here, and Lefty's good with his lore too. What is Phil's degree in? Is it in finance or is it in business administration? Because he has said both. He has said, "Oh, I have a finance degree," and then he's talked about business administration too. So like, I don't know. This just seems like basic shit he should know. Finance.
Yeah,
okay.
In fact, it's 100% false.
Dude, then he should know about financial exchange rates. That is yes, Radman, that's literally business 101. Like if you're taking finance or even like business admin courses, you learn about currency exchange rates because a lot of people who work in finance either go into accounting or some kind of hedge fund operation.
Because there's some days here it's saying I made 6 members, but I made like $200. That's because that was super chat. So this whole chart he sent me is wrong. This guy doesn't.
That's because the reports prior to you getting paid are very vague. Like the financial breakdown of the YouTube earnings reports don't really materialize fully until it's fully paid to you, and then you can run the prior report. Yes, he needs a refund on that business degree. He should charge back Fairfield University.
They don't even
just charge them back.
Like they literally have no clue what they're looking at, and they reach out, and then someone just sends them a form letter response. Just send.
So Lefty hit it, and I think utterly insane. You were, because I was not understanding this. The reason why I booted up the stream is I was fundamentally like not understanding what's going on. Lefty, point number 1, the money's already gone. Which I agree with that. The money's gone. 2, utterly insane. It was talking about exchange rates, and I know Guy with Two Names and Decepticon were too. God, it is such an obvious reason why, and he's just not hearing it. Because it's an answer he doesn't like, but it's the correct answer. He's just not hearing it. It's like when he was talking to Claire at Machinima, when he was like, "Oh, how come I'm not getting paid as much through the MCN this month?" And Claire kept saying, "Phil, your numbers are down. Your numbers are down. Your metrics are actually in decline." And he would say, "Yeah, but I need money. I just bought a house." "Yeah, Phil, but your numbers are down. Your numbers are down." And he'll keep going at it. This is what he does. He's got that pig roach persistence.
So he's staring at a chart, and the chart's telling him, "Oh, he made this much money on this day, and this much money on this day, and this much money on this day." And here's the
because I was thinking, I had this whole theory that it was some kind of weird investigation or audit. It's not. It's a currency exchange issue, and a pretty obvious one if you think about it. So thank you, chat, for being smarter than me. Big ups.
He got every day. None of it correlates at all. None of it makes any sense.
No, movie sign. Fairfield University is actually like a pretty good private college. Like I haven't been there, but I know of it, and I know successful business people that went to Fairfield. Like it's a good university. Like he got a degree at a good university. He's just dented. One thing I'll say, do not ever blame institutions for Phil's shortcomings, because it is all his fault. Phil would love to be able to blame all of the institutions he's ever like matriculated through or whatever for his failings. Do not ever blame institutions. There's no one quite like Phil. There's no one as dumb as Phil. Remember that.
For example, we're looking at January 10th.
Yeah, his parents wasted their money big time. That's right, Dayglow.
And there was 100 gifted members earlier in the day, and then there was a bunch of super chats at night. So it says overall I made a few $100s that day because of the super chats. That night alone we made a ton of super chats. So it's showing that.
I question the nuns too. You want to know the main reason why I question the nun? Because you can find it if you find a way to pig go it. He talks about a nun named Sister Anna May. That sounds like a fake name, doesn't it? Sister Anna May? That's why the nun stories never quite sat with me. I was Sister Anna May's favorite student. That name is a bit sus, Philip. I don't know if that's real, dude.
Oh, you see, your gifted memberships went through. No, they didn't. The revenue they're showing me is the super chat revenue, not the membership revenue. But the guy is a dummy and doesn't get that. Like, he thinks that that's, oh, see? He doesn't know what he's talking about. His chart is fake.
Oh, there you go, Frog Machine. I'm sorry. I just accepted your DMs.
So now, if you guys give me a minute here, I'm going to respond to the guy and say, you're completely wrong. This is false information, and I want you to actually give me an answer, because this is not an answer.
Okay. This gives a lot of... This
obviously has absolutely nothing...
Wow. This link is great, Frog Machine. This gives a lot of context. Here, hold on. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Yeah. So here are the exchange rates. Here, let's do this. There we go. Yeah, dude. So it tells you. So 99 cents is 15 Argentinian. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So he would literally expect someone to tip him 50,000 in Argentinian currency and get 50,000 American dollars when he'd only be due $4.99. Thank you, Frog Machine. This helps a lot. They probably sent him this. They probably sent him this exact page, and he's like, "Nah, that's wrong. That's wrong, dude. That's completely wrong." Where were we? Only on the second one? Yes.
Whatsoever to do with the playthrough or anything going on the stream right now, but of course, this is what happens, is they fucking email me.
Thank you, Frog Machine. That's great.
And if I don't deal with it now, they'll just ignore me forever. Like, they'll close the log and say, oh, it's closed, right? But it's bullshit. So basically...
Well, Timothy, Twitch did it differently. Twitch made everything into bits, so the exchange was done by the time your money became a bit. Each bit was 1 American cent, and then the exchange rate was done behind the scenes based on that. But like, so if someone from Argentina gifted Phil 400 bits, he would still get 400 American pennies. Twitch did it at the very beginning of the process, is my understanding of it.
Well, I didn't email them. I went to the chat and I said, what is going on? Why am I not getting paid? I want answers. So now they just emailed me back and said, oh, you see, if you look here, on that particular day, it shows how much you made, and that accounts for what you made, and maybe it's because you're with an MCN. You're supposed to get 70% of every gifted membership.
Correct, Luna. Bits are not money. Twitch is very clear that bits are not money.
Because they're looking at like overall revenue, and they're saying, oh, so you made money on those days. I'm like, yeah, I made money on those days because there were super chats, there were super thanks, there were super stickers.
It's all the same, though. What Phil doesn't understand is that, like, when YouTube pays you, they lump it all into one bucket. They count all the money and they say, all right, this is what you get for all of your ad revenue, your super chats, your super thanks, your memberships, gifted memberships, whatever. This is all your money. They put it all in one and then they give it to you. They don't really itemize it or break it down. Like, you can go into your YouTube metrics and then you can't, there are ways to run reports and kind of do it in reverse. But that's not how they deposit you. It's just not how they run the report.
And there were the gifted memberships. So what you're seeing is the money I made outside of those gifted memberships. You're not seeing the revenue I made from the memberships. Because how does it make sense?
God, that throat clear.
One day I got 200 gifted memberships.
Sorry, headphone users.
And it says I only made $70 that day. If it's 70% of revenue, if my membership costs $4, that's like $270 something per membership. Do the math, times 200. I should have made like $500 on that day alone, just on the gifted memberships.
I should have made $500. Let's hear that again.
Of revenue, if my membership costs $4, that's like $270 something per membership. Do the math, times 200. I should have made like $500 on that day alone, just on the gifted memberships. So this guy.
Have you guys ever seen a passionate streamer, a streamer who does this as their passion, talk about money so much? Not me. Not me.
Again, he's trying to basically give me form letter responses and blow me off. And basically what I said in my response is, so
No, he's correct. You just don't like the answer. Dude, I have in customer service had to have these conversations with people that just don't like the answer. And what you do if someone doesn't like the answer you're giving them is you just give them the same answer. You just give them the same answer, dude.
Just so you know, if you don't pay me for those memberships, you violated your own partner contract. In which case, that's a legal issue. You can't just take money from one of my viewers.
Hulip, 100%.
Per the terms of our contract.
If you tune into this guy's stream, you're gonna click off in 5 seconds. And what did he just say?
Violation, a breach, and then not give me the money that's appropriate per the terms of our contract. That's a violation, a breach of our contract.
Phil does not want to debate contract law with YouTube. He does not. He's wrong. Like, he's fundamentally wrong about all of this.
Which is illegal. So you have to pay me. So that's what I just told him. I said, you got to figure this out, and you got to tell me, is it delayed or what's going on? Because you have to pay me what you owe me. These companies think that they're like, they're bigwigs and they can get away with this shit. And sometimes it takes years and years, but you got to stick to your guns on this stuff. Seriously. Because they will just screw over anyone they can.
Yeah, utterly. I noticed
really
that. This is useless. This is absolutely useless content.
Many years ago, over a decade ago, with money. And I got...
Money should be discussed behind the scenes. It is my firm belief that dollars and cents, the money you are getting from online content creation, should be behind the scenes. If you want to shout out someone for super chatting you or tipping you or pledging to a Patreon or becoming a member, that's one thing. Give the shout out. But if you are having difficulty getting what you feel is owed to you, do it behind the scenes. You want to know why? Even outside of Phil, this looks fucking trashy. It looks fucking trashy and it looks poverty. This dude is trying to berate YouTube to give him the money he thinks he's owed when he's factually wrong about what the situation is. This looks incredibly desperate and incredibly pathetic, and he should stop.
My money. It took a long time, but I got my money out of when they screwed me back then. But this is
Radman, that's the thing. People are going to be like, why would I ever fucking gift a membership then? If my 79 Argentinian currency is not going to be enough for him for 500 memberships, I'll just fucking stop. That's exactly what's going to happen.
A thing where there's absolutely no way you're telling me that I got 200 memberships 2 days in a row. One day I made $70 of profit. The next day I made like 200, and that even makes sense. How the fuck does that make any sense? You know what I mean? Like, they're basically what they're trying to do is give me a form letter response. I hope I'll go away. I'm not going to go away.
You will go. No, you will go away.
I'm not going to lose.
You will go away. I wasn't sure if it was pesos, so I didn't want to call it pesos. I didn't know what they referred to.
Just because they don't feel like it.
To their money
works.
over
that's
there.
Not how the law works.
I've never been to Argentina.
They're incorporated in California, and they're going to pay me per California law.
No,
I have a contract with them.
No, you fucking asshole. They would have to be compliant with Washington state law, and I'm pretty sure that Washington Department of Labor law is not going to give a shit about you.
Okay.
So take him to court. Go ahead and take him to court. Could you imagine? You know what? If he was gonna take YouTube to court, this would be the time to do it. He's got Mike Klum. He's got Mike Klum waiting to document him. Go for it, Phil. Mike Klum can document the entire thing. Go for it. DSP courtroom content. Let's go.
So it sucks that I had to do that right now. Obviously, I didn't want to just waste 15 minutes on my stream doing that. But if I don't respond right,
you didn't want to waste 15 minutes of your stream doing that, but you did. But you actually did, dude.
Right now, this guy likely would close it. He'd be like, oh, no response, and close the case. And then it's like starting over.
Thank you, Anthony.
Which I don't want to do. Obviously, I'm putting work into this shit. It isn't fucking money that's for the business. It's ridiculous, right?
It's for the business.
So, anyway, this stinks that I'm in this situation. I really hope they resolve it, because I'll tell you right now, it's going to be pretty bad if I got to go after them for my money. They're not going to like it. They're not gonna like it at all. I don't want to have to go over them after them. I don't want to have to go over them after them. I don't want to have to go over them after them. I don't want to have to go over them after them for gifted memberships. It's ridiculous at this point, right?
Well, be careful what you wish for, Philip.
Never been a problem before, from what I've seen.
And then when people ask him in a few days, why haven't you taken him to court? And he's gonna say, I'm not a rich man. He's going to talk all tough here and he's going to excuse it. But really, if you have a case, you can find a lawyer to represent you if you have a case. Like I know people who have gotten represented in personal injury cases, because if it's a strong case, the lawyer, your legal representation, will absorb the legal costs for free if they feel that they can win the case. So if he feels that he has such a strong case, he should seek legal counsel. Come on, dude.
YouTube has always, paid and not had an issue with this.
Utterly, I don't think Phil paid for a lawyer when talking with Mike Klum. More than likely, the Klum group wanted legal counsel present in the mix, so I think they're probably lawyers from the Klum group. So I think they hired dual representation. I think they retained a lawyer for themselves, obviously, and then I think they are likely, and then I think they likely set him up for a lawyer for his side of whatever things they were ironing out. I couldn't see Phil voluntarily paying for a lawyer.
I don't know what's going on now that all of a sudden this is becoming an issue. It doesn't even seem to make sense.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if Phil took YouTube to court, that would be grounds for them to remove him from the partner program, at least temporarily, during an ongoing legal dispute. Because, like, why would they pay him during an ongoing legal dispute? It would make no sense.
I want to shoot him, but they're not there, so I'm going to leave and come back. Hopefully they're in the right position. No, right. Baldwin says, watch them just pay at the end of the month and be like, what are you talking about? Exactly, because they could do that too. I mean, when you write...
Dude, you're still getting $79 for that member bomb at the end of the month. Like, that's never going to change. He doesn't understand that that's never... that number's never going to go up. Because what he's fundamentally misunderstanding is that person gave Google 79 Argentinian pesos and for that member bomb, and they cannot give Phil more than the dollar equivalent of those pesos. What does he not understand about that? Come on, dude.
YouTube support, or you go to the chat, you're just talking with some line level dude who doesn't understand anything. He's just sitting there spouting off shit from his fucking desk, the auto answer app or whatever it is. He doesn't know anything. He's just, here's what my form letter says to give him.
You can see in his face, he is so fucking fed. He's so miserable right now, and I love it. This is the best. Yeah, he's actually stupid. He's actually this stupid.
And it pisses me off because I'm working my,
200 years ago, he would just be dead. 200 years ago, DSP would just be dead at like age 6 from some like farming accident or something.
Working, doing good content, you guys are supporting it, so I get screwed and my viewer gets screwed because YouTube doesn't want to do their job and live up to the contract, and then they have no way to track it and figure out what went wrong. How is that?
Nothing went wrong, dude. The answers were correct. They gave you a satisfactory answer. You just didn't like it.
Did I clear the room?
Yeah. Dude, QLimp, I've worked in customer support, both phone and click to chat. It's a script. You're literally being like, I'm pressing option 1 for this scenario, and then this text like you have a script and you have an actual checklist. When someone either calls in or chats in with a certain question, you follow the numbers. Press option 1 for this, that, and that. They're just doing their job, dude. The dude just works at YouTube. Leave him the fuck alone.
All right. 200 gifted memberships. The membership costs $4 each to buy. I think they're $3.99 each, my memberships, right? I guess you guys could confirm that. If you look on your screens, it would say that. They literally told me in the email, if you're not with an MCN, which I'm not, you're supposed to receive 70% of revenue of each gifted membership, right? Let me do this, heal her so she doesn't die. So if you do the math, what's 70%?
Oh, by the way,
It's
for
like
those of you
$2.70
interested,
or
we're
something like
redirecting
that,
to
right?
bingo
So
after
now
this.
multiply that by 200.
I'm
for the
going to
first
end
day,
this
January
around
7th,
2
200
o'clock
for the next day,
Eastern, and you're going to be
January
redirected to
8th, and
bingo.
100
Sound good?
For January 10th, that's 500 times 270. That's a lot of revenue for my business for this month. Here we go. So that's the thing. And you say, oh, what about a foreign currency?
Yeah,
Then the
Timothy,
foreign
and the knowledge base that chat representatives use are often the same one that the customers have access to. So if Phil were like a decent researcher, he could just go on to the YouTube knowledge base because it exists. I've used it, and he could just research. He could just research and not have to pull a chat ticket. It's great.
currency scales.
And at the end of the day, YouTube is only going to pay them what they agree to pay him. And he has no recourse to that unless he actually wants to take himself to court and get laughed out of court.
Just because you buy something in another currency doesn't mean it's cheaper. Think about that.
Yes!
Oh, well,
yes! Oh my god, it is! It is! Because YouTube sets the pricing for memberships aggressively based on region. Because, alright, let's look at this. Alright, let's actually look at this. So let's say Phil's is $4, correct? Maybe YouTube is saying that in Argentina, Phil's content is not worth 40 Argentinian pesos. Not actually worth 40 Argentinian pesos. YouTube sets it based on regional inflation and demand. Could you imagine paying $40 of whatever country's currency to watch Phil? I can't. I can't think of a lot of things that are actually worth $40 on a monthly basis to watch. Almost nothing is worth that much. He needs to think of it in terms of this. I don't know what 40 Argentinian pesos would net you at the grocery store or the supermarket or something, but probably a lot in Argentina and not a lot in America. Big ups. Thank you for the gifted membership, and it was redeemed by Frog Machine. Thank you, Nerd Brew. Thanks, dude. Phil just doesn't get it. Because if they set memberships at $40 in Argentina, nobody would buy the fucking membership. He'd have nothing. Actually nothing.
In my country, we use pesos, and the pesos is valued less than the dollar. So what do you think if you buy a membership with pesos, it's like $1 instead of $4? That's
Yes.
not how it works.
His chatter literally just explained it to him. Is that like the price is different for pesos.
You have to pay more pesos at current.
That's why, like, there's people that have super chatted in our chat with Argentinian pesos, and they'll tip us like 20 pesos or something, and it'll be yellow because relative to that country, that's a lot of money. YouTube has deemed that like that is the second super chat tier or the third super chat tier relative to that country, but it's still less money.
Currency converts, right? So no matter what, I should be making the same revenue on gifted memberships no matter what.
No, currency doesn't convert backwards. He's thinking that he'll get more money just because someone they're not going to pay you more money, you fucking dunce.
There's no other, no other explanation. So what this guy's doing...
This just proves like how little research he's actually done into how the membership system works. He doesn't know it works. He doesn't know how it works. He just knows that he can solicit gifted memberships, get them, and then pull Hogan's. Right. That's all he knows.
There you go. Elliptian says, yes, it does. For example, Steam prices for games is local for the region. Right. So if you're watching...
Right. Oh, God.
Watching a Steam price for a game, if it's $20... then it's $20 here, but they'll adjust that to your local region. So pesos or whatever, right? There's no one.
He's not understanding that storefronts and online services set prices to what the local market will support. Like, let's say, to go back to this, let's say $20 American here, $19.99. $20 American. Let's say you were in Argentina and you wanted a DSP reACK's ultra member supporter, the highest level of memberships. That's 1,800 pesos, dude. The local market would not support 1,800 pesos for local members for a $20 American membership. It just wouldn't. So YouTube sets them lower at their discretion. It's not that hard to figure out. I had to have it explained to me by members of my chat, but I fucking figured it out after it was clearly explained to me. Thank you, Utterly Insane, Guy with Two Names, and Decepticon for explaining that to me. But once it's explained to you, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. And thank you, Frog Machine, for linking me this knowledge base entry. I really appreciate it. It's very obvious if you look at this. If you look at this convergent chart. Like what is $800 American? Like, all right, I'm gonna look something else up here. Hold on. I'm gonna look something else. I'm gonna say Argentina average salary. Okay. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but if the Google front page is to be believed, we're talking about, average salaries, 2023 guides. All right, let's go. Okay, so shut up. So for a software engineer on the low end in Argentina, you could be making 11,400 Argentinian pesos per month salary. Think about 800 pesos as a membership if that was your monthly salary. Think about that. It just doesn't compute. It doesn't even out, dude.
Is able to buy a YouTube membership for 50 cents. That doesn't exist. Everyone's paying the same amount, it's just in their own currency. You know?
Oh, a loaf of bread is 8. You know what? Thank you, Otterly. I should have compared to a loaf of bread. 80 Argentinian pesos. So if we go by the currency conversion, all right. So this is $5.99. So let's say it's $5.50. So a loaf of bread would cost less than a DSP membership if you're going by DSP's logic. If they actually charged what the American value was, a loaf of bread would cost substantially less. A loaf of bread would cost 1/10 of a DSP membership. The math doesn't work. That's what he doesn't understand. That's why YouTube sets their prices regionally. You want to know why? Because it wouldn't be sustainable. Nobody would buy it.
You could argue that pricing would be different regionally, and that's fine. But again, what I'm telling you is there's no situation where
this blew my mind.
Here, no.
This really, I didn't expect to get this
massive discount on a YouTube membership.
It's not a discount. It's not a discount, dude.
Difference, but there's not. Oh, if I live in Mexico, I get a currency. I get it for $1. But if you live in the United States, it's $4. And if you live over in Japan, it's $10. That's not how it works. They're going to be close, at least generally close.
No, that's not how pricing works. How does someone with a finance degree not understand this? The prices are set at a rate that the local market can just support. That's how economics works. That's why gasoline prices are different in different towns, different states, different neighborhoods, because they're carefully set at ranges that the local market can support. That's why when I was a child, my mom would take us over across the state border to Massachusetts to get gas for 97 cents a gallon because it was cheaper there, because cost of living in Massachusetts was lower than cost of living in Connecticut. Therefore, the prices were lower.
Right? Scallop Potatoes, why on earth do you think that I have a private relationship with people who are gifting memberships to me that I can contact them behind the scenes and confirm that it's real? And I want you to think of it this way, too. If it's a troll, do you think they're going to say, oh, I'm trolling, it's fake?
I'll be right back. Right? Behave yourselves.
Like, what are you talking about, right? Anyway, can I put it in here? Yeah, this is crap, man. All right, I need to split the part. Let's split the part. And we come back another hour and try to figure this out. Yuck. All right, I have to pee. So let me pee quickly, and when I come back, we'll just play for another hour and try to get past this part. Yeah, this is shitty, man. And by the way, guys, I totally, I apologize. Obviously, you guys shouldn't have any involvement with this shit, but I mean, this is ridiculous. You know? One of my fans paid a lot of money to support this channel, and YouTube didn't pay me yet, or at least hasn't recorded the revenue yet. And now I asked them, and they give me form letter answers and a bullshit answer. Oh, go here to your analytics to see your income. I'm going there. I'm staring at it. I'm like, yeah, it's not recording it. It's right there. You can see it's not recorded. How could I get 200 memberships this day, 200 memberships the next day, and the revenue is completely different both days? It's the same person. They both bought them 2 different days in a row. It should be the same revenue recorded at least, and you can see it's not equivalent at all to what you're saying.
All right, I'm back.
So it's bullshit. I didn't even want to have to respond during the stream, but I had to, because you know if you don't respond right away, these guys will close your fucking log on you.
No, that's not true.
Hopefully
they give you a day. They give you a day to respond.
They take this seriously, because no exaggeration, if those memberships go through, that's going to help me a ton, because this month ad revenue is way down. But if they don't go through, now it's like I'm way behind this month, and that's bullshit. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
wrong.
Timo, that's this is a good example. You'd go across the Russian and Finn border to get some cheap diesel and vodka. Yeah, some fashion stuff in the 70s, 80s, early 90s. Yeah, economics and geography really matter. And that's what Phil is not understanding. Like, there's shit that's cheap in New York, so we buy it in New York, and there's shit that's cheaper in Connecticut or Massachusetts. So when we're in Connecticut or Massachusetts, we might buy it there, you know?
Screw me over? Like, no fucking thank you, dude. All right, let me just take a pee. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue. Hold on. So we're getting there. Anyway.
Oh God. This right here. Oh my God.
The stream. Thanks to everyone who put up with that.
And because of that, he got the hat and the vest. By the way.
Annoying. I know that annoying interruption earlier for me to email. YouTube was not fun, and I'm sorry about that.
And that's really another point to drive home, is that these are money. He's counting money he hasn't even gotten yet. Like, he could theoretically die before the money gets to him. So why is he assuming he's got it? It's like when I used to be a freelance editor, like I used to do freelance, mostly editing, but I did some audio engineering and like some video production. And when I was freelance, I would never count on the money until I either took possession of a check or the money was wired to me in my account, because so many things can happen before that. I had freelance gigs where people just chose not to pay me, and I had to not beg, but I had to be very forceful with them. Be like, listen, I did all these hours of work for you. You gonna pay me? It gets rough, man.
Hopefully we'll have a resolution to that. But
and Phil is basically, according to YouTube, Phil is basically a freelancer. Like that's how the partnership program works. You're basically a freelance contractor who might make some money one day and might not make much money the next month or whatever, but he looks at it as though he's like a valued employee of YouTube, and he's going to take this up to HR, and like, no, that's not how this works.
Chill and hang out with me and help me with the game, because yikes, this game is crazy bad.
Break kneecaps. That's right. That's right, guy with 2 names.
It's tough. So thank you guys. Please enjoy.
Gotta talk to our colleagues from Yonkers. Break some kneecaps. What else I have here? There's a little there. We got about 15-ish minutes before the bingo starts. I'll redirect you to the. Oh, see, I didn't see this. I didn't see any of his reacts. I watched nothing yesterday, but I heard some things. So let's get into this.
Probably about 80 to 90% of the time that something goes wrong for me, it's because someone else was incompetent or didn't do their job. Just being honest.
This vertical is the love child between myself and the incredible team at Atom. You may have heard.
So this is an advertisement. Wait, now I'm really confused. So wait, his first set.
Oh, they're going to talk about OBS 30,
and the rest of the video is an ad for his own product. The whole video is just an ad. What on earth? Seriously? And the name of his
Dude, that's your content though. That's actually your content. You sell yourself and your bullshit.
video is OBS's biggest update ever. It has nothing to do with an OBS update. It's an ad for someone else's ad? An ad for his. It's not an OBS update at all. You're a fucking scumbag. Take the paycheck, take the bag, be a fucking loser shill, and have no credibility whatsoever to anything you say.
Big ups to Memology, by the way.
Me, man. It does. This is what people watch. 217,000 views. People thought, oh, this is an actual video about an OBS update. It has nothing to do with an OBS update. And this is just common on
If
YouTube
he watches
videos,
it, he might find some useful information.
I mean, do we even want to see? Do we want to hear this?
Yeah.
At this point?
You need it.
Are you as upset as I am? Like, no, you're an idiot. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, God.
That this video exists? Do you even want to watch the rest of the content of this video? Right? Like, now I'm so turned off. I'm like, I don't even care if this is a good thing to auto clip shorts from my content. You already frustrated me. And by the way, I know that this benefits you because it's your product. So now I don't even want to use it because you deceptively.
What DSP watcher is gonna unironically click on whatever this guy's ad is and be interested in it? What DSP watcher is gonna do that? No one else is a threat to you, DSP, because your audience is special.
Gave me a fucking video about bullshit, right? It pisses me off. If people are really motivated to subscribe to my DarkSidePhil Twitch channel at twitch.tv/DarkSidePhil because they want to see me
at twitch.tv/DarkSidePhil.
I guess I'll do it. I mean, no skin off my back. Who gives a shit, right? Seriously, who cares?
Nothing, Taco-chan. Absolutely nothing.
I'll do
nothing.
Okay.
Oh my god. Why do you have to do this to poor fast food workers? By the way,
What? Poor fast food workers, says the guy who demanded restitution from Burger King during the pandemic because his chiking was too saucy. Shut the fuck up, Dave.
6.1 million views. All they want to do is get through their day. They don't like their job. They don't get paid a lot. All they want to do is get through their fucking day. And you got to drive up to the fucking White Castle in an ET mask acting like a jackass. Just fucking order your food like a normal human and go away. Because this person got 6.1 million views and monetized it, so they probably made, no exaggeration, thousands of dollars on this video.
Oh yes, money, 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 money. Very nice, money, money.
And this poor person basically has to waste their fucking time, right? What an asshole. That actually just legit pisses me off.
Yeah, that's
All right,
not. You would take the order like any other order. Fulfill it and just move on with your day. He's making this into such a big deal. People ordering shit in masks and in costume is not that disruptive, especially in the drive-thru, honestly.
Yeah, I did nothing wrong. I did everything correct.
Like a Hellcat V8. We're smoking shit.
4.1 million.
He's so jealous.
views.
He's so jealous.
I might have to quit the show. I might have to quit. I don't know if I can keep going. First the gummy bear shit and now this. I don't know if I can keep going, man. This is this is ridiculous. What the fuck is going on? And who are the 4.1 million fucking idiots who watch this? Oh.
Well, presumably some of your dents if it got sent for reacts.
4.1 or whatever, right? I watched it. I gave it.
I want him to be jealous.
Can I erase my view? Is there a way to erase your view?
You actually can. If you go into your watch history and you delete it, you delete that video from your watch history. In some cases, that view goes away. I'm not exactly clear on that, but I've heard people say that your view goes away if you do that.
After watching a video, because I don't want it to count. Seriously. I don't know. What's happened to humanity? I feel like when I started on YouTube, there was some hope, right? It's like, wow, it's a hopeful place.
Don't say that content was better 10 years ago.
Like,
don't say that.
And there's spirit, and there's hope of something good. Why did you do that? Yo, it's Mac. Sean McAllister, yo. The token black is here.
I love this clip. I love that clip so much. Also, big ups, Cleveland Booker from Star Trek Discovery. I like that guy. That actor's cool.
Watching the content from YouTube on this show over the last year, and now I just have to scratch my head of what has really happened. See, what it is I'm an isolated individual. I just stick to my stuff. You know that. Like, I just stick to my stuff. I don't venture outside of the realms of stuff that interests me or you, because you guys turn me on.
Dude, okay. So there's always going to be people in your space getting more views than you. Always. Like, I look at people like Aviga and Atlas. They get hella views, man. They get, like, I don't know, probably like 4 or 5 times the views that Lefty and I do. Are we jealous? No. But, like, there's people getting more views and engagement than us, and it's fine. Just like there's always going to be people getting more views and engagement than him. Instead of crying about it and being jealous, you should think about why. Think about either A, having more fun with it so people re-engage with it, or B, doing something different so you get the views you want. If you're not satisfied with your views or your engagement, you need to do something instead of just being angry or jealous at people. We don't get jealous of people around here, but I do tend to think critically, like, oh, what's Atlas doing that we could be doing differently, or like what's Aviga doing that we could be doing differently. Hate Army, like, and that's why, like, we talk to people. Like, we'll talk to people if we have questions. Everybody helps each other out around here, and I don't really see a lot of bitter jealousy. Some occasionally, but for the most part, I find this community very kind of helpful and positive, because most people just kind of do their own thing. Some people get more views than others, and that's that. But Phil is so sour and salty about it, dude.
Stuff from time to time to check out, but like I definitely stay in my own gaming circles and stuff. Just being very honest.
Yeah, Shiloh, that has a lot to do with it. Like, if I really want to know what a certain detractor's doing or how they did a specific thing in a video, I just DM them. We're all just in each other's DMs all the time, constantly. And if Phil did that, he could learn something.
Off financially right now, incredibly just out of money, not even lying. I really need your support. And it's like, I don't get it. And people are like, well, here's what's popular on YouTube. You should watch some of these videos on DSP versus the internet. And now I watch it, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on this site? This is what people have uploaded, and this is what a lot of people have watched. It's not even, they upload it and people are like, wow, this is fucking stupid, I'll never watch this. And then no, millions of views.
You're correct, Shiloh.
This, right?
His ego and greed consume him.
Someday.
Consume him.
You're going to die. You're going to pass away. You will not have any more time to live on Earth. At some point, it'll be the end of your cycle of existence, and you'll have spent time watching this and the gummy bear video. You understand that, right? You could have done anything else. You do.
Dude, what if people die and their only exposure to gaming was Phil content? Like, I think that about Derek, honestly. I don't think Derek plays video games. I don't actually think that Derek Ip plays games. I think his entire life's exposure to video games has been through Phil, which is a very kind of like bleak thing to think about. Maybe that's why he is the way he is.
Realize you're going to die someday. Do you know that? You're going to die. You're going to pass away. And you'll have spent time watching this.
Minuscule likelihood of a Russian incursion from the millions of unintegrated migrants who have...
I really hate this YouTube style where they talk over each other just like this, and then they go to another thought that talks over the last thought, so it's just...
It's called waterfalling, Phil. It's a basic editing technique to keep people alert and engaged. If he didn't pause with dead air after every point and take a sip to reset his fucking brain, maybe people would engage for him longer. Waterfalling is an editing technique that is as old as time, dude. You should use it.
I know it's a tried and true technique. They used to use this back when I was new on YouTube. The big vloggers or bloggers would do this. Blah, 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 blah. It just cuts the next thought over the next thought and cuts out their pause to breathe. Dude, that's obnoxious.
No, it's being respectful of people's time. Like, cutting out pauses, stammers, ticks, breaths, and throat clears are just being respectful of people's time, dude.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Like, no exaggeration, I can't stand it. It's so fake, and I can't even... Your brain naturally needs...
It's because you're not skilled enough to do it.
Like a small pause every once in a while to process what's being said. If you just constantly keep talking, you never stop, you can't process anything someone is saying. You need to shut...
But this is YouTube, Phil. We have the luxury of being able to pause the video like this. Like, I have factually on this stream today gone back and reprocessed shit that Phil has said that I have missed. He's not understanding his platform or his audience. You have the luxury of having a pause button, and you can arrow back to something. He needs to be cramming as much as he can into a relatively short amount of time. That's why, like, Lefty and I fucking freak out when we're trying to find something on stream and we can't, because we want to be respectful of your time. And we don't want to just ramble with dead air. We don't want to leave. That's why we leave videos on when we're taking a piss or whatever, because we want to be respectful of your time and give you something to watch.
the fuck up for half a second so we can understand what you're saying and try to let it sink in. Not just talk nonstop like this, and then I just say sentence after sentence so that there's no possible way that you could ever get anything intelligent.
Oh, this is perfect. I'll get you to bingo after this.
You're way too fucking close to the camera.
And then I have to go to the grocery store and operate my household.
Streamers, and everyone has $1,000 setups like streamers, so your gaming on a couch is more relatable to us regular gamers. That's all I am. Just the average guy. That's all.
You're not an average guy, dude.
I mean, the news is interesting, or not really.
My setup costs double what his does, and I don't make money off this shit. Well, I do technically.
I don't want to smell what he ate for breakfast when I'm trying to watch.
But it's very little.
Entire day of letting the family in front of them choose what they eat until today. By the end of this challenge, Michael...
Oh, I love this guy. This guy eats like a ton of food, and sometimes his girlfriend comes with him. I love this guy. Is so cool. He's positive. He's funny. He's really good. Eric the Electric. Yes.
Okay, I hate this. Why? It's trash. This is trash YouTube.
No, this is great content, dude. I have watched this guy, and he's so much fun.
Staged video, complete trash. Nobody cares. It's not real. It's a stunt. It's just 100% the problem with YouTube. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy all this fucking food that no one would ever eat normally.
So DSP doesn't want people to put on a show. He doesn't want people to put on a show for him and present a fun, entertaining, tightly edited video. That's what YouTube is, man. That's why edited videos fucking kill in the algorithm compared to streams. Because the notion is that if somebody sat down and they took the time to edit something and upload it, it's probably worth people's time.
I'm gonna do a stupid prank or a staged event, and hopefully I can pull it off. Can I pull it off or not? It's 5 million views for garbage. This is the problem.
He's so jealous.
Video. And everyone who does
and he deserves
like this,
to be jealous.
The fucking reason YouTube sucks ass now. Fuck you.
Sóbrame, por favor, you cabrón.
Like, Jesus, relax, dude. 40 seconds, 2 million views.
Yeah,
Mary
why not?
Poppins is sniping the birds out of her window.
That's funny.
That's YouTube.
That's funny.
Folks.
How does he not think that's funny?
Like,
that's funny.
I'm just so tired of this stupid shit. I really am.
Here, I'm gonna look one thing up. One thing up that I love. It's like old school. Let's see. Can I find it? 108K. There we go. You guys can blame Snood for this. Snood got this back in my head a little while ago. But does anybody remember this gem right here? This is 1.4 million views. 1.4 million views for this. Let's fucking go.
Is the Henry Ford Practical Elite Katana you can see there. This is the unveiling. I am opening it.
DSP would react to this and be like, this is horse shit. This guy sucks. But I think this is like legitimately funny and memeable. Oh no. You guys have seen this video. You've seen it, or at least parts of it. But here. I'll see if I can get you. Let's get you to the meme. Let's get you to the meme. Here. There's this. There we go. Ready? Pay attention.
It's got a bit of plastic. It's got it all over. Tape.
Yeah,
it's tape.
Yeah.
It's tape. There we go. There we go. It's tape. Yes. But yes, that it's tape meme is incredible. Let's see it again.
Tape.
Yeah,
it's tape.
It's tape. But like, that's a cool YouTube meme, you know? And it's 14 years ago, 1.4 million views. You just gotta have fun with it. You just gotta have fun with it, dudes. Well, it's 2:00. I gotta go shopping and operate my household. Yes. Just look up It's Tape on Reddit. Yeah, it's very wholesome, Nerd Brew. A guy is opening up his fucking replica katana. His mom is there. It looks like his little brothers are there. They might be a little bit special or on the spectrum or something, but they're having a fun time. And the kid says it's tape. I really like that, and I think that's funny. If you don't, too bad. It's my stream. But I'm gonna get you kids over to Bingo because I have to go shopping. I have to go operate a household. Hopefully Phil is not too off the fucking walls during his podcast today, but this will redirect to King Jad's Bingo. But before we do that, just to shout out, thank you Eviga for re-upping your membership. Thank you Mickey Thor for re-upping your membership. Thank you Decepticon for re-upping your membership. Thank you Guy with 2 names for the $1. Thank you Decepticon for the 99-cent vomit emoji. And thank you Nerd Brew for gifting a membership to Frog Machine. And big ups to all the members. Coming up next, one final housekeeping announcement. Make sure to... Oh, God. Thank you, Utterly Insane. Appreciate it. Make sure to have your socks ready. You will need your socks sometime next week. We're not going to tell you what time you need your socks, but you need your socks sometime next week. So get them ready. Thank you, Utterly Insane, for the membership. Appreciate it. Big ups. Everybody enjoy your day. We'll see you next time.
Oh, Philip. How there are times I wish you say I'm divorcing. Oh, there's times I wish I could be the one sitting in the car next to you.